Guess what time it is? Friday Jams! Well, hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to the Rock Your Brand Podcast. I'm your host, Scott Boker, a serial entrepreneur on a mission to help you. This show is designed to teach you, to inspire you, to motivate you to take massive action and build a future-proof business. So, whether you're just starting out or taking your existing business to the next level, this is your home. Now, if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's rock your brand. What's up, everyone? Welcome to this Friday Jam session. Super excited you're here. And if you haven't heard me say it before, I'm going to say it right now. This is probably one of the highlights of my week because I get to hang out with some cool people every single Friday and answer some really awesome questions. Now, you might be asking, Scott, how do I get my question answered? Well, all you need to do is become part of our Take Action crew. How do you do that? Very easy. Head on over to takeactioncrew.com. It's totally free, and we do it every single Friday, and it is a blast. So what you're about to listen to is one that we did last week. So this way here, even if you can't attend, you can always show up here to the Rock Your Brand podcast and listen to our live jam session. All right, guys, so sit back, relax, and let's jam. All right, welcome back to another Friday Jam session. As I say every single week, this is one of the highlights of my week because I get to hang out with some cool people and talk about brand building and talk about life and talk about all of that stuff. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Another episode. We're going to be jamming on, a topic that I have been asked a lot, and it has to do with business, but it really doesn't. What it has to do with is how can I start my day and be guaranteed success? Like, is that even possible? And so I get this question in a lot of different ways. The question could be, Scott, what do you do for your morning routine? Because people want to know, like, okay, what do you do that allows you to have a productive day? Because we only have a limited amount of time in a day. Another question I get is, Scott, how do I get time in the day if I work a full-time job? It starts before you actually start the day. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to walk through exactly what I feel anyone should do to set themselves up for success. Now, that success can lead to business success, but it leads with personal success. And part of that success could be you just committing to doing something and following through. And then you use that momentum to carry you forward. All right. So before I get going here, though, I did want to, if you're listening to this on the podcast, I wanted to invite you to hang out with us. Okay. It's totally free. You just head on over to takeactioncrew.com. That'll take you over to a page. You can put your name and email address in there, and that will put you on the Take Action Morning Crew list. Anything I have that's of value to you, or maybe a coffee talk, or maybe a giveaway that we're going to do for the coffee talk peeps, we will go ahead and we'll let you guys know. There's also a pretty cool player there that has all of the coffee talks there, and you can basically go and search for whatever you want to know about. If you want to hear about maybe Facebook ads, whenever we talked about those, or a lead magnet, or building your email list, or digital products, any of that stuff, just search it and it will find the specific spots in the coffee talks where we talk about those topics. It's pretty cool. So check it out, takeactioncrew.com. If you're not part of that, you should be, because it's some cool people over there. And we get to surround ourselves with people that are striving for the same thing. All right. And it's not just about making more money. It's about how do we build a lifestyle brand that serves us and serves others. That's what we're really doing here. All right. So just wanted to get that out of the way. So if you are listening to this, I appreciate you, but please head on over, hang out with us, even if it's on a Friday. Fridays is our jam session, but Monday, Wednesday, we also do morning coffee talks, 10 a.m. Eastern time. All right. So let's get into it. So how can I start my day and guarantee myself success? So here's the deal. It all starts before the day. Now you have to kind of lay out, what do you want your day to look like? Because the minute that you get into your day, it's it's all gone, right? Like your focus is going to be on whatever someone else has for you, or whatever your emails are telling you, or whatever your boss is telling you, whatever your customers are telling you. The minute you enter into the day, all right, someone else's day, it's just that, it's someone else's day. You need to be very, very conscious of what your goal is for the day. Okay. So what are you trying to achieve? Now we talk about this. We actually did a full coffee talk on this. It's like how to create your 30-day roadmap. A lot of that has to do with sitting down and going, okay, what is the target? What is the target that I am striving for? Right. So it does start with the plan. But what I'm going to do today is take it even a little bit further. How can we set up our day every single day that we feel successful before we even start that other stuff? So for me, I'll give you a detailed look at what my day looks like. Now, I'm always modifying this. I literally just modified it yesterday as we're talking about this. There's some things that never change. And then there's some things that you're like, oh, I stopped doing that. Why did I stop doing that? And then you ask yourself that question, but I used to really enjoy doing that. I'll give you an example. So I was really setting up my morning for success. I would, get up, I would immediately go and take a walk. And then from there, I would come back, I would meditate for 10 minutes using Headspace. I would read a little positivity message, which is like literally a minute long, right? So I would inject a little bit of positivity. And then I would actually do a light workout. Okay. So that was all great. I felt really good. Then I ended up hurting my back, not working out, by the way. And then it was like, well, I can't work out anymore in the morning. So that kind of screwed that up. And then I started to feel as though when I would come back in, I didn't have time. I thought I didn't have time to meditate anymore. So I would just at least get my walk in. I'd come in and then I would just, go and, do the rest of my stuff until I got ready for the day. I'd go take my shower and I'd come out and get my coffee ready and all of that stuff. I felt like there was something missing. And I kept thinking, I got to do something for my mind. I need Headspace, right? And that's why the app is called Headspace. It's getting that Headspace. I'm like, man, I really liked it when I was doing it, but how do I fit that into my time? Because in my head, if I'm not ready to sit down by 8:15 and start working, I feel as though I'm being lazy. That's just me. I feel like I'm not going to be able, if I get working by 9, in my head, it's like, oh my gosh, I lost time. I don't want to be working till 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I want to cut off at like 1, 2 o'clock, be done officially. And if I want to do stuff, I can, but I want to be done by 1, 2 o'clock every single day. So I'm like, if I take more time in the morning to work on myself, then I don't get to do that stuff. So how do I make this work? I got to get up a little bit earlier. Okay. So this morning, here's what I did. I kind of reconfigured my morning, and I've been talking to my wife a lot about, because I don't want to say I've got back issues, but I kind of do. It's like I can throw my back out pretty easily. And I think a lot of it has to do with core strength. Now, I'm not, by any means, I'm not like overweight, or I'm not like, I'm not out of shape 100%. I mean, I'm not in the best shape of my life, but I'm definitely not like out of shape. But I do know that as you get older, your muscles break down and your core breaks down and the support of your back muscles and all of that stuff. I know that stuff is huge. So I'm like, my wife was talking about like Pilates and stuff. She's like, maybe you should start doing that. It's easy on your body and this, that, and the other thing. And I'm like, I just don't want to spend 30 minutes doing Pilates. I just don't want to do it. I can't commit to that. But I'm like, I can commit to 10 or 15 minutes. And then, so she turned me on to this lady that she follows, and she actually has her app, and she's like, just do it. And it's for women, but I'm like, I don't care. It's like, you're still doing flexibility stuff. So I'm like, I'll do that. So yesterday I could have did it right away when I had this idea, but I go, I'm going to watch one of the things and see what it's entailed. And then I'll decide to do it tomorrow. I'll install it tomorrow morning. I could have did it yesterday, but I didn't commit to it. I said, I'm going to start tomorrow. So in my head, I said, I'm going to get up a little bit earlier. And a little bit earlier is just 15 minutes. Because 15 minutes, to me, that fits just about everything else that I want to get in there. So instead of getting up at at 6:15, I got up at 6. Okay. So 6 o'clock, I'm up. First thing I do, I go and I have my celery juice. I've been doing that for now, probably going on a month, maybe even longer. I have not missed a day. That's one thing I installed in my day from my buddy John, who was diagnosed with ALS, who I had on the podcast. He's been doing that every single day. He's got a really clean diet. And he's like, that celery juice, I'm telling you, there's a lot of science behind it. You really gotta start doing that. And you gotta do it on an empty stomach. And you don't want to have anything 30 minutes until after that. So I'm like, perfect. I'll get up. I'll have my celery juice. I have a juicer. I have celery juice. And then from there, I go on my walk and I take a 30-minute walk. I have the same route I go every single day. It's got some hills in it. It's got, some windy areas, so it's a nice walk. It's not just a straightaway. Okay. Sometimes it's dark. I got to bring my flashlight. 30 minutes. So now today, when I came in, instead of going and taking my shower and getting ready for the day, I said, now what I'm going to do, because I've got a little extra time, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do Pilates. So I had the ladies app up and I put it on my phone and I played it and I did Pilates. Okay. 10 minutes. It was easy. It felt good, right? Stretching and, doing, hip flexor stuff and all of this stuff. Right. And I know that I need that stuff. So it felt good. Got it done. As soon as I got done with that, I said, I'm going to do Headspace, 10 minutes. And I started, he has a 365-day little program where you can follow it for 365 days. So I'm like, I'm going to do it. So I'm going to commit to that. So now I installed that 10 minutes. So now I got all done with that. Then I carried on into the shower, did all that. And then I came out and did everything the way that I normally do it. Actually, let me back up, little timeout. Another thing that I do every single morning, and I've been doing this has always been part of my routine for probably 5 or 6 months now, is as soon as I get done brushing my teeth, because this is like a little tiny habit, brush my teeth, I do 50 push-ups on against my counter. So I've got a granite counter in my bathroom. So I basically will do 50 push-ups there. And then I do 20 inside. So I get 70 push-ups done before I even get out of my bathroom and get, out into the kitchen. So that's another thing that I installed, right? So let's back up, wake up a little bit earlier, celery juice. From there, take a 30-minute walk. From there, come in and do 10 minutes of Pilates. From there, I've got a little chair over here, 10 minutes of Headspace. From there, shower. After shower, 50 push-ups. Well, actually, I brushed my teeth first, so the 50 push-ups come before that. Sorry. So that's going to be before that. Then we come in and we do the rest of the day there. So I kind of had that a little bit out of order. So those there's like little triggers, right? And the reason why I'm sharing all this with you is because my day is already a success. As far as taking care of myself, feeling like I got stuff done, I took a walk. Even if my day gets busy and I can't walk the rest of the day, I took a walk for 30 minutes, right? Even if my day gets super busy and super stressful, I meditated. Even if I can't do any Pilates or stretching or working out, I still got Pilates in the morning. So I look at I got all these things accomplished. I got 70 push-ups done before I ever started my day. Now, this might seem like a lot. You don't have to do it all at once. Install one thing into your morning that you know that you'll commit to and you'll get done. And then you can go, pat on the back. You did awesome today. And you know what? You might even want to look at yourself in the mirror and say that. Look at yourself in the mirror and go, you did great today. Congratulations. I'm proud of you. Give yourself the pat on the back, because a lot of people aren't doing it. Okay. So that's kind of the morning. Okay. Now, how do you set yourself up for success getting other things done that drive the business? It's planning. You got to plan. And planning doesn't mean you have to have this long list of things. It's like, what are the core things that need to get done right now in order to get you to where you want to go? So if you don't know where you want to go, that's like your first assignment. You got to sit down, dedicate time, an hour, and say, okay, what's my goals? What am I trying to do here in the next 30 days? Now, you guys that are here all the time, you know that I just did email list building fast track workshop about 6 weeks ago. I think it's about 6 weeks ago now. I just did digital product creation fast track workshop. That's done. Okay. We also, in between there, we did an open for Brand Creators Academy. And we're now talking about doing another fast track workshop before the end of the year. How do I get those things done? We plan. We plan. We don't overextend ourselves. We plan. What are the main things that you're trying to do? You can write down all the things. Like right now, the time of us doing this live and doing this recording, I'm going to create a fast track workshop for content creation for getting traffic. That's happening. Okay. Don't know when yet, but it's happening. Okay. The next one, we're going to do niche validation or niche discovery and validation. That's definitely happening. Okay. And then the next one is going to be email marketing and writing, like how to write good emails. So all of this stuff is going to happen. It's all there. But what's next? So now what I'm doing is I'm actually letting you and anyone on my list and anybody that follows me on social, I'm letting them help me. So I just put out that post. I'm thinking about creating a guide on 11 niche sites and how they're getting traffic and how they're making money. Would anybody be interested? I got about 40 people right out of the gate on Facebook that said yes, yes, yes. So that's going to probably happen. That might be part of the workshop as well. Haven't decided that yet, but right now I'm just kind of getting the idea set. And then what does it look like? Once we get it set, then we got to build backwards. And we got to go, okay, what is the first thing I need to do? What's the second and what's the third? Okay. So for this week, we just wrapped up our digital product creation fast track workshop. From there, we got to take that, get it edited, put it into a little training portal for everyone that purchased it. Okay. Then from there, I need to build a sales page for it so we can start selling that evergreen, which is about 90% already done. That was this week's work. That's it. Of course, I'm still here on Coffee Talks. Why? Because it's scheduled, right? Do you wonder why I scheduled everything Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern time? Why did I do that? I can't get out of it. I'm doing it. I'm here. I don't miss, right? The podcast airs Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Coffee Talks Monday, Wednesday, Friday. It all is about committing and being consistent in anything that you do. The reason why people are not seeing the success is, number one, they do not have a plan and they do not have a routine that sets themselves up for success. And that success can be small. It can be small. It doesn't have to be this massive thing. Like, I'm proud of myself. I just this morning or yesterday, I decided I'm going to do Pilates and I'm going to do meditation. I'm going to do it. And I did it. And you know what? I feel really great about that. I'm proud of myself for doing that. I did it. So you know what? I'm going to give myself credit. I don't need anybody else to say, Scott, you're great job on that. No, I did it. So I'm going to be excited about that. Why not? And guess what? Now that I did it, it's going to make me want to do it again tomorrow because I feel good. And that's just going to keep building on itself and you're going to get that momentum. So if you want to set yourself up for success, it doesn't mean you got to do everything. It means you have to start with something and you do have to also plan. You have to plan, what does the day look like for you? Where are you feeling scattered? And why are you feeling scattered? I know myself, if I just jumped into email my first thing, my day could be thrown. Okay. So that's why I push email till later. I don't do it until after I've gotten some things done on my checklist. Okay. So we have to simplify. We have to see things that we can install into our day. And I say install a lot because that's what we're doing. We're installing new habits. Habits are so powerful. I'll give you an example. My wife and I, we had our blender. We've got a Vitamix and we had our blender in this one area. And when we were making coffee, because we do bulletproof, we always had to bring our coffee over to it. And my wife's like, why don't we just move the blender over here and make a little area over here for it? I'm like, that's awesome. Let's do that. So we did it. And then immediately the next day, what did I do? I made my coffee and I went over to where it used to be. And I did that for like 4 or 5 days in a row. And I caught myself. I'm like, there it is. There's the habit. Not even thinking. I'm just doing it. That's what happens. So we have to intentionally create a habit. Okay. It's not a habit yet. We got to create it, install it, and then basically create that routine. Okay. And so that I would encourage anyone to do that right now. And it doesn't mean everything. Start with one thing. A lot of people want to know, how do you lose weight? And I don't know, some of you may or may not know. I helped 2 people, 2 friends of mine, lose over 80 pounds. One guy almost 100 pounds. And you know how I did it? I said, listen, let's look at what you have going on right now. What are you consuming? What could we pull one thing away right now? And both of them, really, it was fluids. It was liquid. It was like either soft drinks or beer. And I'm like, let's get rid of those things. Everything else you can do the same right now. We won't pull anything out of your diet for the rest of the week. We'll go 1 week, just do that. The following week, add a vegetable, and anything else you want to do is fine. Just add a vegetable now. Every single meal has to have a vegetable in it, right? And then we can start to say, okay, now let's look at the diet portion. Let's start pulling it. Or another one would be, and I definitely gave him this, was like, I want you to do at least hit 10,000 steps a day. I don't care how you do it, 10,000 steps. You don't have to work out, just do 10,000 steps, right? And so that builds that momentum. They start to see results. It makes them want to keep doing it. It's the same thing with us. If you get a better night's sleep, we all know that. I try to get to bed now between 10:15 and 10:30. I try. And whenever I do that, I have my Oura ring. I can see the difference. Since I've been doing that, and I still get up at 6 o'clock, I'm still getting an 82 score or an 88 score, which is really high for me. And that feels good. Then I look at it and I go, nice, Scott, you got a good night's sleep. And then I go, okay, now what's next? Celery juice, right? Well, brush my teeth, then celery juice. Well, brush my teeth, push-ups, celery juice, right? Then celery juice, boom, out the door, 30-minute walk, boom, come back in. Now I'm doing the Pilates. Boom, what do I do next? I do meditation. From there, boom, go in and shower, get done with that, come on out, start the day, right? So all of that stuff has been done. So, all right, I want you guys to think about that. Are you setting your day up for success? If you are here with me live on our coffee talk, drop it in the comments. And what, if you're not yet doing any of this stuff, what is one thing that you could commit to? And I want you to ask yourself that. If you're listening to this podcast, or wherever you're listening or watching this, put in the comments or just say it to yourself. What is one thing that you could commit to that would be one thing that you did for yourself that would help you be more consistent and also get that success feeling, just that you did something that you said you were going to do? I'm telling you, it's so powerful to commit to something and then go, oh yeah, I followed through. I did that. What is it for you? I'd love to hear it. And again, if you're listening to this on the podcast, you can't tell me, but you can go over to social. You can go over to the Rock Your Brand podcast Facebook group. You can head on over to brandcreators.com/RYB, become part of our group over there, or go to takeactioncrew.com, get on that list, and then send me an email. Let me know. All right. So guys, I'm going to go ahead and look at the questions here. Let's see if we got any questions we can answer, and then we will get rocking and rolling out of here. All right, cool. Got a lot of people on here. This is awesome. What's up from Australia? Okay. Wait, what's this here? Why is it called coffee talk? Why not energy drink talk? Yeah, it could be, right? Well, you know, coffee, I don't ever think coffee gives me energy. I know a lot of people say I need coffee first before I do anything. That's not, I just do it for, I guess I do it for, with the butter in it, it's supposed to give you more mental clarity, but also I just like the warmth of it, I guess. That's my reasonings. Salama, tiny habits. Yes. Let's see here. Okay. Oh, Helene says, with celery juice, what positive changes have you noticed and how long did it take for these changes to start occurring? I keep trying, but the kale, cucumber, apple, jalapeno is so much tastier, so I keep getting distracted on my juices. Helene, this is a great question. I had this funny story. I literally bought my father a juicer before, well, he was asking me about it, and I said, I'm gonna go ahead and get him it for Christmas, but I didn't want to wait till Christmas. So I just had it on, I got it on Amazon, I sent it to his house. And he asked me that too. He goes, you know, I haven't really noticed anything different. But you know, it feels good that I'm doing it. And I go, listen, I'm not looking at this like I'm going to feel something completely different. Now, if you had a terrible diet and you're going to start doing this and take some other things away from your diet, you're going to feel better. I'm not looking at this like this is like a silver bullet, right? Like I'm like, oh, this is going to be something that all of a sudden I'm going to be like better, you know? I'm not looking at it like that, Helene. I'm looking at it like I know that my body is doing better internally, even though I might not see it. I listen to the medical medium. Some people like them, some people don't. The way I look at it is that celery juice in its purity meaning you're not adding apples, you're not adding the jalapeno. Now, if you want to do that as another shake later or a juice later, then fine. But he says, and I've heard other studies say, it needs to be in its pure form, meaning it needs to be juiced. It can't, people say, well, can't I just eat it? No, you need to juice it. It's an herb. I didn't realize that. Celery's an herb. It's not even technically a vegetable. So basically, you want to get that going in, your throat, in, all the way through your intestines, like everywhere, like in your body. There's a shelf in your stomach. I forget what the name of it is, but that's full of like old sludge from years of our eating habits and stuff. And it takes time to get rid of that. But I haven't really noticed anything different other than I feel really good that I'm doing it. So to me, it's kind of like taking that vitamin C. Do you feel anything from vitamin C? Not really. Vitamin D? Not really. But I take it every day. So it's like anything else. Like some people will probably feel a difference. My biggest thing is my buddy John, who was diagnosed with ALS, has been doing celery juice consistently, and his diet has changed, and he has felt really, really good. And he feels it has to do with the celery juice being the first thing he has in the morning. He also talks about lemon juice being another thing, and also having it on an empty stomach first thing in the morning, and waiting 30 minutes. So that's what I would say there, Helene. But I'm not expecting it to be this miracle thing. Sip time. Okay, I will definitely do that. And Kate says, love the message today. I'm glad that you do. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. Okay, cool. Okay, so now we're going to move off of that. So we're going to now talk about something random here, which is good. What tips would you give someone who wanted to start doing workshops? Would you have someone jump on with you in case of issues? No, I wouldn't. Because if there's ever issues, guess what you can do? Do it again, right? It's not a big deal. If you have someone to come on with you and you wanted to, that's totally fine. But I would not make it where the only way I could do it is if I had someone come on with me. And like I had said, and Salomon, I know that you went through the digital product creation fast track workshop. And one of the ways to do a workshop is to basically just have a private Facebook group and then just broadcast live in that group. There's not a lot that can go wrong there. And if it did, just redo it again, just do another one. So I wouldn't worry about that. Let's see here. Okay. What are a couple of WordPress themes you recommend that are good for blogging? We use Generate Press. It's very simple, lean. You can add components to it, but you keep it lean. I'm always about keeping the site very, very clean and lean. All right. Okay, cool. Kay says, my habit has been walking for an hour around the neighborhood in the morning. Since it's cold now, I go in the afternoon 3 to 4 times a week. That's awesome. How could we install a habit, Kay, that we do that every day? Because we need to walk every day. Walking doesn't just help us with exercise, it helps us with mental clarity. And I would also encourage you to not always listen to something on your walk. Listen to sounds, like listen to the birds, listen to the leaves rustling around, listen to that stuff. And it's funny because in Headspace today, he was doing the guided meditation, and he was basically having us listen just to random noises. And it's interesting because you don't understand that you can hear the furnace running, or you can hear the birds chirping outside, or you hear the garbage truck go by. It's like acknowledging those is also where you're directing your attention to something else, not just the voices and stuff that's going on up here. But I would encourage you to try to install a daily, not 30 minutes, maybe it's 10 minutes. Can you just, even though it's cold, bundle up, go on outside for 10 minutes, walk up to the top of your, neighborhood where, maybe the stop sign is, and turn around and come back every day. It's like something about doing something every day. It just makes you feel as though you're accomplishing something, and it's a good feeling. What is the plugin for WordPress to eliminate the dates on a blog? I don't know what it is offhand, Kate, but you can just do a search. You're in the Academy too. Just post that in the Academy, and someone will chime in there. And I can even jump in there at some point. But if you just search for the plugin, remove dates plugin in the plugins area, you'll find one. And that's it. Let's see. Do you have winters? Do you still walk outside? Yes, we do have winters, but not snowy ones. But we get mornings that can get down 25, and I will still be walking. Today I had a hat on and I had my hood up, and then I had somewhat of I don't want to say a winter jacket, but a heavier kind of like windbreaker type thing. And I was fine. But as you get moving, you start warming up. So yeah, I do. And I like the cold, crisp air. I just don't like to see icy roads. So that's why I moved out of New York. So let's see here. Karen, I always walk in the morning, but I always make my bed. Yes, that's another thing too. You're 100% right, Karen. The only time I don't make the bed or it's not made right away is if I got up, and I got back and my wife was still in bed, then obviously I'm not making the bed. But yeah, always, that's another thing. And a lot of people, there's actually a book on that about like how making your bed can set you up for success. It's kind of funny. Hal Elrod, author of the Morning Miracle. Yes, great book. Written a series of books. Yeah, he's good. 7 Daily Habits is good. Tiny Habits, that book there. Do I have that? Yeah. This one here was a game changer for me. Tiny Habits, because a lot of people think you have to have these massive changes. This is about installing one thing into something you're already doing. So if you already brush your teeth every single day, you don't think about it, you brush them before bed or when you get up, what can you install next to that? And so for me, it was like, well, I'm here brushing my teeth. I have a counter here. I don't want to do like regular push-ups at that time because I'm not fully stretched and I don't want to tweak anything. So I just do 50 push-ups against my counter. I mean, I get a pretty good incline and that's it. But I installed that. It happens all the time, every single day. Let's see. What areas of life do you set goals in? That's a great question because I don't look at setting these massive like goals. I'm really like a year by year type. It's funny because I just always look at like flexibility, freedom, being able to set my own schedule, that stuff. But as far as like other goals, like, my wife and I had talked about doing like a cross country trip, like renting an RV and just going for like 3-4 weeks. That'll probably happen. So that's like a fun goal. But then you have business goals, right? Like, what do you want to do in the next 12 months? Well, I want to bring more qualified people into Brand Creators Academy. How do I do that? Well, I help people at where they are coming in at the early stages and get them introduced to what we're doing to then invite them in. Okay. Well, how do I do that? What are we doing? Email list building fast track workshop, digital product creation fast track workshop, niche validation fast track workshop. The content creation, those are all pieces of the brand building process and we bring them in and then, so see what I'm saying? Like those are how I come up with like goal and then how do I get there? Then the following year, we'll look at that. We'll go, okay, that's what happened. Now, how can we build off of that? What did we learn from that? And then you kind of adjust. What WordPress plugins do you think everyone should install without affecting your website speed? Yoast. Yoast is an SEO plugin. It's kind of like a checklist. I like that one a lot. So that would be one that would be like immediately like we're installing that plugin. That would be one. Okay. Does Lisa take MCT oil in her coffee too? No, just butter. And I have actually stopped the MCT. Not because it's not good for you. It's just, it was like one of those other things. Like, do I really need it if I'm putting the butter in there? And if I'm having, like, we do also like sweet potatoes with coconut oil. So we do that. So you're getting some of that in there. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of hit or miss with that. I was playing with it and, I just do the straight up, grass-fed butter. Would you do a workshop teaching how to sell your Amazon business? Leonardo, probably not. And I'll tell you why. I can give you a resource that you can go that someone else would teach you how to do that for free. Like if you went to Quiet Light Brokerage and you wanted to know, you could just set up a call with them. They'll talk to you for free. And there's no obligation. And they're trying to establish a relationship with someone that's either going to sell in the future, 2, 3, 4 years, or someone that might know someone down the line. So no, I probably wouldn't ever do that topic also because I'm kind of moving away from the Amazon business side. So yeah, I don't think that would be one that I can't say I would never, but I don't think that I would create one of these fast track workshops for that. I don't think there would be enough demand for my audience. Oh, what is the Pilates app you use? I don't have my phone with me. It's I believe it's called Sisterhood. My wife, I might even try to get her on the podcast. She's got a cool little business. The Balanced Life. Robin Long is the name. Really good. She had did she have twins? She's got 3 kids. I think she had twins. She looks amazing. And she's just a really down to earth lady, and my wife really resonated with her. And so my wife was, she did her free thing, and then that led her to becoming a member, and now she has the app, and she's on the beach doing her Pilates, and it's pretty cool. I think she's got a membership like $20-30 a month. We're a member. And so, yeah, so I said to my wife, I go, I'll do them. I don't care. It's a lady teaching, Pilates. I don't care. I just want to do the moves. So yeah, so that's what it is. Let's see here. Any other quick questions here? I think I missed one up top here. Okay, Charles. Hey, Charles. If $300 could make you a business owner with state licenses and credentials and give you multiple streams of income, would you be interested in buy? Oh, okay. So he's, basically Charles has got a service, I guess. So I probably should have read that before. Let's see here. Oh, Matthew, what's up, man? Or should I say Matt? Morning, Scott. Off topic, but wanted to ask, my open rate for my first email letting my list know something is coming Monday was lower than normal. Should I send it again today or just wait until Monday to launch? Have you sent did you do the unopens, Matt? And you know what, Matt? Can you send me over that email? Can you forward me that email that you wrote? And maybe before you resend it, we can tweak it. So why don't you send that over to me either in an email, or you can, message me on Facebook, or you can even just put it in the Facebook group for Brand Creators Academy, and we can look at it there. So yeah, we can totally do that. Okay. So you did already send it out to the unopens. Okay. Yeah, I'm curious what the email looked like. And I know that you probably modeled the one that we did, but I'm just curious. I'd like to see it. And see what we're talking about. What was lower? Like, what's lower? Is it 5% lower? Is it 2% lower? Okay, cool. You're going to send it over. Awesome. Yeah, it's funny because Matt, you are actually going to be doing exactly what Octavio just did, and Octavio's sending his final emails today. We're going to actually take his emails, his whole thing that he's done. We're going to break it down. We're going to jump on, do like a hot seat for the Academy. Maybe we do the same thing for you. And that way there we can kind of see where it was, where it went, and what we would do differently to tweak it. But Octavio, we've already agreed to do that. So we're going to hang out with him and kind of go over things. 6% lower combined. That's interesting. I'd like to see the email. Send that over to me. Subject line, email, how many links, like all that stuff. I want to see that. So that way there we can kind of get an idea. Yeah, I think the biggest thing there is your subject line. We might have to play with that subject line. How different did you make your unopened email subject line? I guess would be another question. Oh, Kate says, sorry, I meant to ask what you use to turn Word doc into PDF doc. Word doc into PDF. I think what you're saying is, how do you export from Word to a PDF? You can literally, you can just, depending on your app that you're using, or your tool that you're using, software, you can literally just go to File, Export usually, and then export it as a PDF. Or you can just go File, Print, and then print as PDF, and then it won't print it. It'll just actually export it as a PDF. It's probably different on Windows than Mac, but it's probably similar. Okay, cool. So guys, we are going to wrap this up. Hopefully this helped you. And got you thinking a little bit about, really about what you can do to get yourself really started in the right direction and see success in your day immediately, so it carries on through the rest of the day. So this way here, you're able to set yourself up for a win. before the day even really actually officially begins. I mean, it's begun, but you've controlled everything up to that point. There's a big difference there. When we control everything that we do instead of letting other people decide what we do. I mean, that could be kids, right? When kids get up, guess what? You're there to serve them, right? It's kind of like they need this, they need that. What is the time that you're going to give yourself that you can really say, I'm focusing on me 100% so I can be healthier, happier, and be the best version of myself leading into the day so I can be successful in whatever I'm doing, period. So I really want you to think about that. Okay. So Kate, I'm going to jump back in here because you said read up it was above there. I signed up for a free day trial of FormSwift, which allows me to turn my Word documents into PDF documents. My trial ends next week. How do you turn Word into PDF? You should be able to take, like you might not even need FormSwift. You can just take your Word doc and you can even upload that, I believe, to Google Docs and then export it as a PDF. Not that hard to do that. I'm just trying to see what you're trying to do. Just export it as a PDF. If you're in Word, you should be able to do it in there. And if not, there's online tools where they have like upload your file and convert to a PDF. Like there's free services out there too that'll allow you to do that. So hopefully that helped you. Guys, let me give you guys a quick little reminder that if you are interested in joining me on one of these jam sessions, one of these Friday jam sessions where you get to hang out with the morning crew over at, the Take Action Crew, little area there, head on over to takeactioncrew.com. And there you'll see a page. It has all of the past coffee talks in a nice playlist that will allow you to actually search, not just search for the title of it, but search for every single mention of a topic. So if you want to hear more about creating a digital product, you type that in, you're going to see every time that it was mentioned in a coffee talk in the exact location. Pretty awesome. So check that out. Invite a friend. I always want people to share this with someone that you think would get value, and also someone that resonates with us. Who's someone that wants to better their life and create a business that supports them and also their lifestyle? So if you would do that, that would be awesome. All right, guys. So that's it. That's going to wrap it up. As always, remember, take care, take action, and I'll see you soon. All right. Well, I hope that you enjoyed that Friday jam session. And like I said in the beginning, if you want to attend one of our live Friday jam sessions, all you need to do is head on over to takeactioncrew.com. That is where we show up every Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern time. And you can join us. You can ask a question, and then I can answer it. And we can go ahead and also publish it here on the podcast. So once again, I just want to say thank you so much for listening. This is always one of the highlights of my week. And until next time, remember, I'm here for you. I believe in you, and I am rooting for you. But you have to, come on, say it with me. Say it loud. Say it proud. Take action. Have an awesome, amazing day. And I'll see you right back here on the next episode. Now go rock your brand.